and what type of people will be there, you know and I know. Because basically there is a centralized system in all the ministries in Delhi also.
So you fear that people from the various states may not be picked up because there will be centralization. Now, Professor Akshay Kumar.
My argument is this, that the argument of capitalism is acceptable,
right,
that we are actually catering to the market. But as Jagwan says, that we are perhaps inevitably bound to do that now. Right or wrong, but we are driven into that direction. But this is a camouflage. We just cannot ignore the kind of blunders that state governments have done in the domain of higher education. They have literally destroyed the universities' autonomies. They have used universities as their fiefdoms. You just cannot ignore this bill. I don't suggest it's a panacea. I don't say it's a remedy, but we need to negotiate. We need to negotiate with this position and the position which Professor S.P. Singh says.
Simply I want to say one thing. Are our universities not working well as compared to the other states? We are simply passing the, you can say, the judgment. Our university says Punjab, Haryana.
That is a subjective issue.
This is a subjective issue.
Yes.
Basically, these universities are working. As I have already mentioned, all the vice chancellors have been appointed in the central universities. Just overnight.
No,
if the Arjun Singh is justified, if the government of India is justified, President has given the assent of overnight because the next day the election is going to be announced, and all the vice chancellors were asked to come to Delhi and join there in the Delhi office when there is no ground reality of the university.
Professor Akshay, I have another
central government has spoiled the.
Professor Akshay Kumar, I have another question here. I read in the newspapers today that the center is not finding enough vice chancellors for a couple of universities.
Yeah,
very true. I mean,
why is that happening?
Because this job does not entail respect now. Nobody who is a serious academician vies for it. The fact of the matter is, people shy away from it.
So you think once
the
bill is there,
people who are affiliated to political parties, people who have loyalty to political parties, either center or state. There is no. I'm not making distinction. Arjun Singh is not anybody's kid here.
My argument is only talking about the state universities. That's why I am saying.
My argument is
you can say the whole system is spoiled. That's a different part.
Right, Professor Jagwan Singh, I will check with you. What is the stand of the College Teachers Union on the National Register, which will help appoint vice chancellors?
As far as the National Register is concerned, I think I was saying that it is a response to a situation. Response to a situation is that the vice chancellor, where they have been appointed, where they have been dismissed, is simply not acceptable in academic institutions, and that is not going according to the concept of autonomy in the universities. So if it is to check that, the vice chancellor should have assured tenure and there should be a capable person, then it definitely helps. I do not find much wrong with that if proper involvement of the states, including the name of the persons from that state in the next.
So that's a very interesting point. Nothing wrong with the National Register, provided the state governments are also
have a
say.
There is a provision in it.
Let me bring in Dr. Parminder Singh. Now, Dr. Parminder Singh, do you think having a national register, this will enable the local people to get elevated to the higher appointments, particularly the vice chancellors?
I think it might harm the local people's interest also. Well, once you go to national registry now, it's possible somebody outside may come to the states also. This possibility is there. But to me, I think this discussion should also focus upon one thing else also. From what kind of things state universities are suffering these days? It's the responsibility of the state governments also, that they are shirking. State universities starving these days, starving of funds, starving of other kinds of infrastructure as compared to central university and central institutions now. This bill doesn't take care of that kind of a thing.
I thought it does, because there is a proposal to have some kind of a financial services corporation.
But that's only grant oriented towards the project only.
For example, vice chancellor comes from the central registry, it's good. But state government will fund the university. How the state university will work when there is no coordination between the vice chancellor and the state government? Because funding is by the state government. Why the state government will give the liberal grant to the, only the system should be that the state government should be bound to have the liberal funding for the state universities, and central should also help that. And in that way, a coordination between the central government and the state government for the appointment of the vice chancellor, that as before I have said, that there can be a 5-person panel can be sent to the National Commission for Higher Education, and the central government can choose any one of them on the basis of their recommendations.
There is already one provision in this.
I would just like to do the other way around.
Yes.
The other way around. It is the state's prerogative to appoint a vice chancellor of the state university. They should pick up from the national registry a person of their choice and appoint. Not the other way around.
That's
The
a
state makes a
question.
recommendation.
That is a different part. For
That's
example,
a question.
national, for example,
That's
for a
a debate
state,
only.
for example, for Haryana, there is no person from the local aspiration or from the registry, the South peoples are there. Is there possibility that the South people can be appointed in Haryana or in Punjab? Same case with the vice versa. Is there possibility that the Punjabi can be appointed?
His fair is that they may not
I have a very-
understand the
I have a
local
very-
aspirations, the
local
local
aspirations,
traditions,
local needs,
Strong
local-
stance on it, sir, that we should not ghettoize higher education to this extent. That is, why can't we think of a South Indian as vice chancellor of Haryana University? How does that
because of the
contravene with
because of the fact you have,
this is taking
for
the
example,
really
in case
argument
of, in case of railway, everything going to Bengal. In case of the finance,
Let me-
banking, everything is going to the Bengal.
why can't I
because
think
that,
of
that
this-
regional aspirations are
Punjabi
there.
being a vice chancellor of Annamalai?
Okay, let me, Dr. Parminder Singh, ask you about another proposal in the bill. Now, there is a proposal for the creation of a 30-member collegium with a term of 10 years to advise the National Commission on Higher Education. Is that
That's
a positive
again the
thing?
same kind of, it's again you can say a camouflage to give it a federal character. Actually, it's giving more powers to central government,
Right.
to central authority, and by this kind of a thing, we are starving these in the state universities, and this process would deteriorate further.
Jagwant Singh, now this 30-member collegium, is 30-member body too unwieldy a body?
No, I don't think, because in that case, for each state and university, the union territory, they want to have one representative from each one of them. So it may be around not 30, it may be 40. But the real thing is that leaving it to 4 or 7 wise men without any accountability, and accountability not even to parliament. We are a democracy. Even if we give it to wise men, we need to question it, at least in the field of higher education.
All right, Akshay, now this body is going to be there for 10 years. Now, 10 years is too long a term, isn't it?
This I think is
has
slightly
changed.
longer period. It could be 5 years. But see, the question is, time period is all right. The constitution of this collegium is very important. 30 to my mind is number on the lower side. Keeping in view the federal heterogeneity that we have here,
Right.
we should have at least 60 people here, 2 from each state.
Okay, now Professor S.P. Singh, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu have sought the coordination, coordination in standards in education be put in the concurrent list. As of now, it is in the central list. Do you
Basically-
think that is a retrograde step?
Basically, before the emergency, it was in the state list.
That's right.
During the amendment, that the 21st Constitutional Amendment, it was just you can say put in concurrent list partially. There are certain clauses where the higher education is under the state and some clauses under the central government. There is a contradictory part. And as far as these, you can say this bill is concerned, there are many clauses you can't take powers from the state government while running the state universities.
So do you feel that the issue of higher education, whether all these clauses should be in the central list, the concurrent list or the state list, needs to be reviewed?
It is to be reviewed as per the constitutional, you can, for example, Dr. Manmohan Singh on this bill wrote a letter to the HRD minister that it should be the constitutional amendment. It should be only a bill, it is to be passed by the, say, from the parliament. Why this change? Because constitutional amendment means the total federal system will be spoiled. And it is a special letter that has been attached to this in the HRD, you can say, website also. That letter is basically that speaks of the unconstitutional, you can say, the pattern of this bill. And it is to be, and basically it is not possible for the central government, I think, to get through from the parliament.
Right.
Because
Professor
of the
S.P. Singh, I want to also, we are running short of time now. I want to ask you, most universities are running short of funds.
Yeah.
What should be done to ensure that they have adequate funds, particularly for higher education?
Basically, this is the central government and state government policies. They are shirking away from the education, primarily education and especially for the higher education, because they are all the central, you can say this elitist approach, they want to give a space to the private commercial universities, to the commercial organization and to the foreign university. For example,
So you mean they
ਸਾਡੇ
are
ਪੁਰਾਣੇ-
definitely starving
Yeah,
these
yeah.
universities?
ਸਾਡੇ
Yes, of
ਪੁਰਾਣੇ
course, of
ਸਿਸਟਮ
course.
ਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੋ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕੁਟਾਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜੱਫਾ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਕਰ ਦੂਜਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਕੁੱਟ ਲੈਂਦਾ. State universities are being you can say shrink to a stage where it can't run. As Dr. Brar also said, in this situation state universities cannot be run, and at the same time central universities are being funded like anything,
Actually,
and
they
at
are
the
just
same
trying
time
to
foreign
create a
universities
kind
are
of
commercial.
island.
What should be done to revive the financial status of the universities?
See, my take on this would be that states have not shown the kind of
Yes.
respect they should have shown to higher education. Now, they think if they give money to university, it is pumping money into a sector which is non-productive,
Yes.
politically non-productive, in fact.
That's why there
If
is
you
a
look
demand
at, if
for
you
the
look
largest
at, if you
to be
look
declared
at the
a central
kind of
university.
allocations they make to higher education, it is a pittance.
Dr. Yuvan Singh, your take on this,
My take
how
on
do you,
this.
kind of
I just-
ensure the
I
universities
just
have enough
feel
money?
Universities don't have money. Central government has enhanced lot of allocation, almost 2.5 times the
Right.
previous. But still states are short of funds because on the concurrent list where states are supposed to play their role, states are completely shirking away. That is creating a problem. On whether it should be concurrent list or state list, this needs a debate, and for that everybody needs to come out clean. Government should need to come out very clearly
Okay.
that they have converted this education into a service sector of economy where international competition will be there. What should be the framework in that? They come out clean and discuss.
So we need a
Then
debate.
we need a
I
debate.
can say,
Dr. Parminder
I can
Singh,
say just one
just-
thing.
just-
I can say just one thing. If this bill is to be implemented, why not the central government come for that the all state universities are the central university and central government will fund this thing, everything can be solved. But it is not possible because central government wants to rule the state but not giving the financial status.
Right.
Just
Parminder Singh,
add one
last
thing
word
only,
from you.
that stadiums are starved, and for this state governments are responsible. I agree with Akshay and with Jagwant also.
Ji.
They are starved, and because state government shirking their responsibility.
Right.
But one thing is very clear, that if the central government can do something for the central universities, then why not for the state universities?
This is the most
This is
important.
the most important question. They want to
But they're
create
saying
kind
this is
of
responsibility of the states.
And then that always won't hit.
if it's that, if it's state government's responsibility, then why this bill for equation? It becomes paradoxical. Then.
Well, I think
You give a bread and rule.
definitely-
You can give a bread and rule.
But I think all
Central
of us
government
agree
doing the bread
for
and
the
wants to rule.
present this bill has gone to the cold storage.
And no, but this bill would start debate, and there needs to
Debate
be
is
and the
and
negotiation.
but I think
regional aspirations can be entertained.
the good thing we all agree that it has actually started a debate, and that's why we are
Certainly,
debating this
certainly.
today. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us in this debate today. Higher education in most places is in a mess in India. No wonder none of the Indian universities figure in the top few hundreds list of the world. Something definitely needs to be done. But whether the National Commission for Higher Education and Research is the answer remains a moot point. Perhaps, as we all agree, the need of the hour is to have a wider debate on the issue. With that, we end this edition of Day and Night News Prime Debate. We meet again tomorrow with another issue. Till then, good luck and goodbye.